It is a proven fact we are evolved mutated primates. There's plenty of evidence, scientific evidence. We evolved about 7 million years ago into what we are today, evolved mutated primates.
It explodes as a supernova, expelling matter outward and causing shock waves to impact nearby interstellar clouds. This act of violence triggers the birth of new stars, one of which is our Sun some 5 billion years ago. Early on, the formative solar system flattens into a disk with the proto-Sun at the center. Eventually, the planets begin to form by accreting matter that had not yet fallen into the Sun, after which the Sun's radiation and bipolar jets sweep away debris. 1 billion years after the solar system formed, the 9 planets are mostly identifiable as worlds in their own right.
The sun, beating down on tropical waters, powers the weather systems of the globe. All animals, rare or common, ultimately depend for their energy on the sun. Makes its annual journey around the sun, spins on a tilted axis, and it's this tilt that creates the seasons.
The dawn of life, embryos 500 million years old. Embryos of an urchin, a sea urchin. No, not a crater in the moon, as probably the Christians would believe it is.
Bigger than a kidney bean and is growing by about 1/10 of a centimeter every day. Even an expert would find it difficult to tell, just from looking at it, if this embryo is going to become a human, a pig, or an ape. Just 1.5% of our genes make us human. We share 98.5% of our DNA with chimpanzees, 3/4 with dogs, half with fruit flies, and 1/3 with daffodils. The fetus has been growing now for 6 weeks. She's almost an inch long and would fit neatly inside a walnut shell. After growing for 8 weeks, the embryo looks more like a tiny human and becomes known as a fetus.
You know, it's not a human, you know.
Another week passes, and the nervous system is developing fast, spreading connections throughout the body.
Human, these are the neurons of a squirrel.
With the rest of the body, gradually comes under the brain's control.
Perfect motto for Christianity. Hear no science, speak no science, and see no science. The christ-psychotics are simply retarded. They have translated science to mean evil. The stagnation of the intellect is enormous and detrimental to all of us, evolved mutated primates. Neurology tells us we create God and thoughts with our brains. This is a fact. Those that accept delusions, superstitions as reality, have a neurological problem. These are the deists and other people infected with religious psychosis. To believe in God, imaginary friends, or intelligent designers requires a mental illness, a dysfunction of the brain, very similar to mental retardation. Or doing simply this, I can affect my brain. with this. Ah! Oh, that hurt. Oh, God, I believe in Jesus. This is the only true book, the Holy Bible. Let's believe in this. Science is evil. The earth, this is a myth. It's not true. This is flat. The earth is flat. And we don't think with our brains. We pick up thoughts from God. This is the truth. Let's help cure christ-psychosis, a delusion causing neurosis.
The central nervous system extends its connections from the brain to most parts of the body, allowing the brain to gradually establish total control. The heart, for instance, is no longer beating spontaneously and spasmodically. Instead, the brain regulates the muscles and keeps them pumping blood at a steady 140 to 150 beats per minute.
What is this intelligent designer that zapped everything into existence with the heart, and then with wings that represents the air, just like copy of the Egyptians? What kind of a nonsense is this? It's laughable what the Christians think. Not the brain, but galaxies. The brain is actually a collection of galaxies within our heads. Not an amoeba. A galaxy, guys, a galaxy.
With 3 months to go before birth, growth is the big job for this little girl. With all her organs in place, now they need time to develop and mature.
Not a crater on the moon, is actually a human egg oocyte.
She's much more mobile now. Muscles are flexing, fingers and toes are separate and defined, and her bones are hardening.
Galaxies by neurons. Virus, which I'm sure infects the religious people's brains. Of a schizophrenic, which I'm sure it will produce the same image if a Christian hooked up to it. Religious beliefs are a psychosis, an infection of the brain that erodes reason, the ability to reason. This happened to the deist or any other religious people that believe in intelligent designers, void of evidence. So, we must keep those delusions away from our brains that cause such a imaginary frames and acceptance of delusions as reality. This is the greatest problem in America today. This is schizophrenia type illness that affects anybody that is religious.